I have a problem. The other day I was having a conversation with my father, which is something I don't do often enough. He was telling me stories from his past, and while they were interesting, I couldn't shake the urge to check my phone or leave to watch the newest season of One Piece that was recently added to Netflix. This isn't the first time I've felt that nagging urge. The devil on my shoulder whispering in my ear to leave a conversation and go back to watching YouTube videos and Netflix shows. Until now, I've always excused this behavior by labeling the conversations as boring, unnecessary, or negative. But that's a foolish perspective. And I've recently gained new insight that I'd like to share. YouTube is a vast database holding videos and content ever growing, evolving, and improving. Netflix hosts great TV shows and movies that will exist on some sort of streaming platform forever. If I wanted to, I could watch the new season of One Piece 20 years from now. However, I don't know if I'll be able to hear my father's stories 20 years from now. Unlike TV shows, movies, and YouTube videos, there are no backlogs of human memories. They die alongside the person, unless they're shared and carried down. If a movie is great because it has an ending, then a person's memories should be cherished even more. We all know we must cherish the impermanent things in life. That's why living flowers hold more value as a present than fake ones. Beauty and wonder lie in the things that don't last forever. Knowing this as a fact and accepting it as a truth are two different things. I know I should value my father's stories above the fictitious landscape of One Piece, which I can always watch another time. But for some reason, in that moment, my mind wanted more than anything to get up and leave. I might sound crazy for what I just said, and you might think I'm being unreasonably hard on myself. But I like to question things and maybe understand my situation a little bit better. We all know that our phones give us dopamine, and that phone addiction is real. But many people are in denial. There are people who are obviously addicted, constantly on their phones in any social situation, taking every opportunity to escape into their bedrooms and devolve into a lump. Then there are others with milder cases of phone addiction. People like me. I know I could last an entire week without my phone if I had to. And I have before. That doesn't mean I wouldn't get the urge to go on my phone and break it. I just know I have the willpower to do so. But much like an addiction to food, I tend to lean towards things that give me more dopamine. So I kind of don't want to go a week without my phone. That's why sometimes I spend a lot of time scrolling on YouTube just to find a good video to absorb myself into. Because why waste my time on something that's not going to give me that high? I claim that I'm making the most of my time, but am I really doing that? Going back to what I said earlier, wouldn't making the most of my time mean listening to more people's stories, making connections with other human beings, rather than spending hours on my phone? I don't really know the answer to this. I like the idea of claiming I have a problem because I'm a fixer, and I like giving myself challenges and problems to solve. At the same time, I know I'm not a terrible addict like I described before. So am I doing what's right for me? They say addiction becomes a problem when it gets in the way of functioning in normal life. And that is the case for me too. I was supposed to write this on Wednesday, but I ended up writing it on Thursday. Even then, it took me several hours in the morning of watching One Piece until the dopamine faded for me to snap myself into work and start getting things done. I don't think the answer is to eliminate my phone usage completely. Just like in any diet, you don't have to completely eradicate eating fast food. It just has to be taken in moderation and control. There's still some part of me, though, that doesn't like lumping phone usage with fast food. Sure, going on TikTok and mindlessly scrolling might be a good comparison to fast food, but escaping into a story on Netflix or watching an intellectual video on YouTube isn't as bad, right? Maybe I'm just twisting the situation to make myself sound like some savant in the phone addiction space, as if I don't have a problem because I consume the high quality stuff. In the end, I'm no better than people who are lumps. Sure, I might have a little more willpower, but I still give in to my impulses more than I should. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you might have a problem. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As promised, I've started to work on a children's story. I'm working on some sketches for the characters, and I have written the entire story, which I will share with you on a later date. Now the plan is to finish it sometime this summer, which is a crazy thing to say since I haven't really started it, but that's the plan, that's the goal. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, you are not alone.